I'm standing next to two of Grace's great stained glass windows, and these ones depict two of the gospel writers, St. Matthew and St. Mark, who are generally believed to have written the earliest accounts of Jesus' life. They're quite bright right now, so I'll let you look at them for a moment. There they are. You'll see on the left is St. Matthew, and on the right is St. Mark. And even though their accounts of Jesus' life are in many ways very similar, Mark is probably the earlier account, and it's also the more dramatic. Some people compare it to watching a very suspenseful film, a thriller maybe. Matthew, on the other hand, is very careful. Some think of him as a scribe, bringing up a lot of the elements of Jesus' life that harken back to his Jewish past. But together these two accounts give two of the four mini biographies of the person who's at the heart of the Christian faith. I'll introduce you in just a moment to the other two. Behind me are those other two evangelists. On the left you have St. Luke, and on the right you have St. John. Matthew, Mark, and Luke are called the Synoptics. They're the ones who give essentially chronological timeline of Jesus' life, and they seem to be sticking to basically the same story. St. John, on the other hand, gives a more richly interpreted life of Jesus. Some of the greatest passages, the ones that we all remember, I am the bread of life, I am the good shepherd, those I am statements come from St. John's Gospel. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to have favorite Gospels, but I must say that I like these two. First, because St. John just gives such a rich sense of who Jesus is in a way that is a little bit harder to see in the narratives of the other three. And St. Luke's Gospel I like because it's so carefully structured. You have some of those great songs of the church. The Magnificat comes up in the first chapters. So this is the stained glass of St. Luke and St. John, and you can of course see it at Grace Church on the Hill.